Today, amigos, today we have the ultimate test. We are putting street food head-to-head versus a 5-star restaurant here in Puerto Vallarta.
In case you're new around here, we are Greg and Hillary, the Kennons, the Kinetic Kennons. We've been traveling through, eating our way through, and falling in love with Mexico for the past 3 years. And today, we're, like Greg said, putting head-to-head together some seafood, which we don't actually eat much of, especially at 5-star restaurants.
A ver. We have made it to our street food stand. We are at Güero Cevichero. We just randomly walking around Vallarta, found the freshest ceviche we could find. We have 3 tostadas de ceviche. We have 1 of octopus de pulpo, 1 of camarón shrimp, and 1 of fish. And the fish I asked, it was several different types of fish. And these 3 tostadas come to a price of 75 pesitos, or about $4, about $4 US. So very, very affordable, and it looks extremely fresh. We'll see how it tastes, but first, amigos, ya saben, siempre con todo, we gotta put a little salsa on there. Alright, now for the taste test, I'm going to start with the octopus. I'm going to start with the pulpo. And actually, she just told me, I just asked, the pulpo comes from here in the bay. The pulpo is going to be the most fresh, just because it didn't have to travel very far. Whereas the shrimp and the fish, she wasn't exactly sure where it came from, but she said she does not think it comes from here, possibly up closer to Mazatlan. I know Mazatlan, Sinaloa has a big shrimp industry, but let's give it for the taste test. We'll start with the not the shrimp, the octopus. It looks kind of strange, pero bastante bueno. The shrimp tostada is where it's at. This one is significantly better than the other ones. Those were maybe like a 7 or 8 out of 10. This one, I don't know if it's quite a 9. It's an 8.5. So maybe it's not significantly better, but it's definitely way better. And to be honest with you, amigos, we don't eat much seafood to begin with, and really the only seafood we eat here in Vallarta is usually marisma, fish tacos, which are fried. So we've been a little hesitant to try ceviche on the street, just because unfortunately, and we eat lots of street food, but street food does have a bad reputation. And then you throw in seafood in it, which I feel like I'm very picky about what seafood I eat, and then eating off the street just seems like that much more risky. But this is delicious, and I will definitely be back for the shrimp and for the octopus tostadas. The convenience and the price of it are really hard to beat. It's extremely fresh, and I think the benefit of eating at a street food stand like this is really you feel like you're in Mexico, right? Like you have the people coming up, you're in the neighborhood. It's I mean, you can eat at 5-star restaurants anywhere in the world, but I feel like street stalls like this, street food like this is just unique to Mexico.
Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of seafood, so I'm putting this all on Greg's shoulders. But judging by how fast and quickly he ate all 3 of those tostadas, I think he liked it. One of the things that I like about eating on the streets is that we're literally outside someone's house, and the people that are coming by are frequent guests, it's clear to see. So it feels a lot more personal and intimate. It sort of feels like you're going to have dinner at your friend's house.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas you don't really necessarily get that same familiarity at a restaurant. So that said, I think the street food is setting the bar pretty high.
Bonus footage, bonus information, and this is exactly why we love Mexico and exactly why we love eating at street foods, just like El Güero Cevichero. That was her name, right?
The name is so cool.
The name alone. So we got to talking to our server.
I'm assuming she's a family member.
Yeah, one of the family members working there at El Güero's, and she told us that her grandpa started that stand 50 years ago. He began selling ceviche on the beach for 50 cents, not 50 US cents, but 50, half a peso per tostada. He started selling on the beach. He got another stand that was just a few blocks from this one, and then now they have this stand. So she was just, you know, telling us a story and stressing the importance of, you know, this isn't some stand that's just been here for 6 months. They've been in operation for over 50 years, and I think, like Hillary said earlier, you really feel like you're part of the family when you go to a place like that.
You can feel it. That's the difference between a restaurant and a stand like this that's owned by a family. It's literally passed down from generation to generation. I think that's what makes street food really special.
Now, time for a little siesta and then some 5-star lujosa food. Dang, girl.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta go 5-star more often. Looking nice.
We have made it to the luxurious 5-star La Palapa here on Playa Los Muertos. Now, we don't typically come to places like this, but we chose La Palapa because it is a staple here in Vallarta. It's been here for, I believe, decades and decades.
Yeah, since 1957, I believe.
That may be older than mi suegra. I'm not sure. Before we get too much further in today's video, we ask that you like and share this video because, well, as YouTubers, I think that's what we're supposed to ask you guys to do, right?
This is a little bit more expensive than I thought it would be, if I'm being completely honest with you guys.
It's like a gut punch.
When I looked at the prices earlier, the prices that I thought were really expensive were the prices I saw for the appetizers and not the actual entrees. Yeah, my blood pressure is spiking.
Mine too. Mine too.
Alright, I ordered a dish very similar yet very different from what we got earlier on the street. We have a dish that has octopus, shrimps, and fish. It was supposed to come with mussels. Not a huge fan of mussels, so I got him to bring me some extra shrimps. This, amigos, set us back quite a bit. 620 pesos?
Yeah.
620 pesitos. We're gonna see if it's worth it. This is by far the most expensive dish we've ordered in Mexico or outside of Mexico, probably since our very first ever Valentine's dinner. Everything went downhill after that first Valentine's. I'm gonna try the octopus. It definitely looks the most exotic, and I surprisingly like octopus a surprising amount. Amigos, the octopus at the strip stand I thought was a little better.
Oh.
This one was just a little bit more tough. I don't really know what octopus is supposed to taste like. I don't know, I thought the one at the shrimp stand was a little better, but I'll give it to the fish here. So far on taste, I don't know, they're honestly about equal. I feel like things are balancing each other out. This has a nice creamy sauce with some good rice. It's very good, very good. That is a pretty incredible view though. Only beaten by this view.
Pew, pew, pew.
Just found out that I had my fly down, my zipper was down all of dinner. And as we walked around the restaurant taking pictures, so amigos, I just don't feel comfortable at fancy places in the least.
Whether your zipper is down or not, right?
Whether the zipper is down or not. I did feel a little bit more comfortable. I wasn't sure why, but dinner cost more than 10 times our lunch cost, and for me, amigos, I'm like muy colo, I think is what you say. Very cheap, very frugal. It's hard for me to justify spending that kind of money on food. So for me, I gotta go street food all the way. I just feel infinitely more comfortable sitting at a street stand than I do dressed up, you know, wearing my nice huaraches. I like the huaraches, but they're reserved for special occasions. So for me, it's street food, but that said, you know, Palapa, if you're coming to Vallarta and you're not on a budget, it is an iconic place to go to, and I know many of you that have come to Vallarta love it.
And it's a beautiful spot to catch the sunset. I think that's the one thing that's truly missing from any sort of street stand is the sand. Beach is what I was gonna say.
But I mean, I really don't want to be negative at all or knock Palapa, but for 10 times more of the cost, you want the quality of the food to at least taste better. And for me, honestly, I don't think if I did a blind taste test, I know it was ceviche to this, but if you just had the shrimp alone or the fish alone, I don't know if I would know the difference.
Amigos, thank you guys so much for coming along this 5-star versus street food adventure. I think that's all we have for you guys today. Until next time, have less, do more,
be more. It's about to rain real bad. Real bad.
Super bad.
Now, one super cool thing about Palapa, probably my favorite thing, is that since it's been here since 1957, 56, which is like predates the tourism industry here in Puerto Vallarta, they have all these super cool photos of, this was Vallarta in 1960. And you can see the church doesn't even have the top on it. This is Playa Los Muertos. There's absolutely nothing over here. It's like the construction pretty much stops at the Rio, and then there's still not much at all in town. And we go to 2018, and it's pretty much as we know it now. We are somewhere, we are about right here. You can see how much has passed the river now. It's crazy to see how much the city has grown.